Hi everybody, so today's lesson is a low stakes quiz, so you should have already had a go at the quiz yourself before coming to this video. So if you haven't already had a go yourself, have a go and come back and then you can mark your work, okay? Okay, so the first question, we want to express 204 as a product of prime factors. So to do that, we use prime factor trees. So we want to find factors that multiply together to give me 204. So I know 2 is going to go into it, so 2 times 102 will give me 204. So 2 is prime, so I'm going to circle it. 102, we could divide it by 2 again, so 2 times 51. And be careful, 51 is in prime. 51 is 3 times 17. So that's my factors. That's my prime factors. So 204 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 17. Or in index form, 204 is 2 squared times 3 times 17. Okay, question number 2, simplify. So we want to look for like terms. So we've got a 5x and then add 3x. 5x add 3x is going to give me 8x. We've got a positive 4y and we're subtracting 7y. So positive 4y take away 7 will give me a minus 3y. Okay, question number 3, round to one significant figures. Okay, so significant figures, you read left to right. So first digit reading left to right is my first significant digit. So 4 is my first significant digit. We've got a 7 after that, so that means I'm going to round that up. So it's going to be approximately equal to 50,000 to one significant figure. Good, okay, so write 234,000 in standard form. So remember, standard form is always a number between 0 and 10, not including 10, and times by 10 to some power. So we want to put a decimal point somewhere in here that will give me a number between 1 and 10. It's going to be 2.34 is a number between 0 and 10. Now we need to times that by 10 to some power to get that number. So we just count back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 10 to the power of 5, okay? Good, okay, next question. Expand. So we want to expand this, that means multiply everything inside the brackets by what's on the outside. So we've got 4 times 2x, 8x. We've got 4 times 3 is 12. And it's a positive 3, positive 4, so it's add 12. Good. Question number 6, make x a subject. So that means we want to get x on its own. And to do that, we use inverse operations. So we're looking at the right hand side. We've got 5x take away 1. So we want to do inverse operations to get x on its own. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 1, the inverse of subtracting 1. Add 1 to both sides. So we've got y add 1 is equal to 5x. And then the inverse, we're multiplying x by 5 here, so the inverse is going to be divide by 5. Divide by 5. So we get x is equal to y add 1 divided by 5. And we just write that as y add 1 over 5. Okay, just like a fraction. Okay, next question, number 7. We want to find the highest common factor. So we've got two small numbers here. So what I'm going to do is list my factor pairs of 24. So factors, we've got 1 times 24. We could have 2 times 12. We could have 3 times 8. Or we could have 4 times 6. So that's all my factors of 24. Factors of 30. We could have 1 times 30. We could have 2 times 15. We could have 3 times 10. Or we could have 5 times 6. So the highest common factor, then we just read off which number is the highest one that is in common. So it's going to be 6. So the HCF highest common factor of 24 and 30 is equal to 6. Good. Question number 8. We want to evaluate this here. So we want to consider BIDMAS here. So we need to do the multiplication before we do the addition. So we're going to leave that 4 as it is for the moment, and we're going to do 5 times 2. So we have 4 add 5 times 2 is 10. Then add them together, we get 14. Good. Okay, question number 9. We want to share the ratio. So we've got James and Paul share the ratio 120 and the ratio 3 to 7. How much does Paul get? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is figure out the total number of parts. So we've got 3 parts, add 7 parts is 10 parts in total. Okay, so to find the worth of one of those parts, 120 divided by 10 is £12. So for every one part, it's £12. One part. Okay, so the next we've got a ratio of 3 to 7. So we're going to times that by 12. So we've got 3 times 12, 36. 7 times 12, 84. Okay, so to do a quick check to make sure that you've done that right, 36 and 84 should add to 120, and it does, so we're okay. We're good. Okay, but that's not what we're asked to. We're not finished yet. So we're asked to how much does Paul get? Okay, so which one of those corresponds to Paul? Remember, order is important. So the first one is James. So the second part is Paul. So Paul gets £84. Good. Okay, so final question, number 10. So we want to find 60% of 80. So there's lots of different ways you could do this. What I'm going to do is find 50%, which is a half. So it's going to be 80 divided by 2, which is 40. We want 60, so I need another 10%. So to find 10%, I would do 80 divided by 10, which is 8. So to find 60%, of course, we're going to add them together. 48. Okay, and if that was a calculator question, you could use multipliers. So you do 80 times by a multiplier for 60% would be 0.6, and you will get 48 also. Okay, so hopefully that went well. Give yourself a score. And of course, if you have any questions, you can email me, let me know. Okay, thank you.